Well, good afternoon, my fellow Brompton enthusiasts. Just want to show you a bit of a hack, if you like. Early this week I went out into the forests, as you saw from the video. Because I took quite a lot of stuff, because it's going to be very wet, maybe cold, I took 2 sleeping bags, took a lot of stuff. So I took my Brompton messenger bag, as you saw, and a cheap 30-litre rucksack. But I have been experimenting because I didn't want to go to a Brompton borough bag because of the cost, and also because the messenger bag for most trips, day rides, etc., works just fine. But I've been experimenting, and I want to show you this. This is probably a 55-litre army stuff sack. If I take my Brompton high-vis cover, this is the rain cover from my messenger bag, which is very, very useful on the front here because it does make a difference to visibility. So that's why I use it. And also, this is a good thing if I'm in the forest and I don't know, break a leg or something, and I summon assistance by my tracker, my satellite tracker. I can find a clearing in the woods or the hillside, peg this out with some tent stakes and cut it open so it's double the size, because this is going to be an emergency, understand, and that is very, very visible from a helicopter or a mountain rescue team or a passerby. So that's why I use it. And also, if I'm cycling on the road, this makes a hell of a difference because there's so much volume here that it's very, very noticeable from the front. So I suppose that's not really a hack. It's just the reality of staying safe on the roads. But I just want to show you this. It's an army stuff sack. You can buy an army surplus. I've had this for about 40 years, I think, the last time I used it. But I was experimenting with different things. Decided not to get a borough bag, which I believe is 28 litres, something like that, 27 litres, whereas the messenger bag I've got, which is about 10 years old, really high quality, much made by Radical Designs in the Netherlands, or at least designed by them and manufactured in Vietnam, as it turns out, but nevertheless ultra high quality. The borough, I think the messenger bag 20 litres, borough bag is 25 or 27, something like that. I have heard reports that the newer ones are not such good quality, but they're still high quality. But I didn't want to pay for the price of a borough bag. So these can be picked up for a few pounds. However, this is the thing: 55 litres, mounted, as you can see, with some straps. These are bicycle toe straps that racing cyclists used to use many years ago, before the advent of clipless pedals. So I've just strung half a dozen of these together and attached them to the semicircular base of the frame of the messenger bag, and then 2 bungee straps. I'm going to change these bungee straps for ones with the miniature, what do you call them? The clips, like mountaineers use. Those. I forgot, it's on the tip of my tongue, because I don't like the idea of these suddenly snapping and then pinging and getting in the wheel with these hooks. I'm confident that these aren't going to snap in my face, because if one of them snapped, it would ping forwards, not into my face. But these work very, very well. I've tested this over the last few days, and this arrangement, straps and 2 bungee straps, very, very solid. You could possibly put a leather belt round depending on the length of the belt. But just get a belt that's I think 44 inches, and then you're good. A lot of these duffel bags typically have a clip arrangement like this, and you can use this as a shoulder strap if you're holding the bike in one hand, and you can carry this on your shoulder. It's just one bag instead of a rucksack or a seat bag, which I think is good. But for me, because I do multimodal travel, I'm not a fan of a rear rack and rear luggage. This Vincita frame bag works extremely well. I've got my tools, I've got the pump in there. I'm going to change the Brompton pump for a more capacious pump, because the Brompton is you're not going to get 100 psi out of a Brompton pump, but I've just put it in there for safekeeping as like an emergency pump, because once or twice I've noticed these pump plastic brackets tend to twist round, and once or twice the pump has nearly fallen off. I don't want to buy a replacement. So I'm going to look for a better pump, maybe a Lezyne, but perhaps in the comments you can recommend a good pump for me that will fit either in here, or I could fit it in the bag, who knows. But having this setup with one bag plus the frame bag means that I can fold and unfold the bike without any faffing about. I've got a couple, at least temporarily, I've got a couple of these. These came off the cheap rucksack that you saw me carry last video, which the whole rucksack cost me £4, so it's only a cheap one. But there's obviously scope to have attached to this frame a more capacious bag, so I could put a water bottle in one of them, stuff I need for the road, keep my phone and my wallet in there, and my keys. As I say, tools go in here, and also a cup and my brew kit so that I can stop and have a brew. But I'll show you that on another video. But in here, I have got, and it could go even wider than this. So there's a little bit more. There's perhaps about another foot that you could extend. But as it is, that's probably 50, maybe 45 litres. And in there, I have everything I took a few days ago on my camping trip in the forest, with the addition of a four-season Army winter sleeping bag, down sleeping bag from about 1980 that I've had for 45 years. Very, very warm and cosy, but I haven't taken it yet on some of my adventures simply because it is so damn big. But in this arrangement, it fits. Obviously, this is not waterproof, but I have in here, and I'll show you at some other video, I've got some assorted sized dry sacks. You don't need to have expensive ones if they're with this arrangement. So I think I paid on Amazon about £12 for 8 of them. If I can remember, I'll leave a link in the description so you can have a look. But I'm sure you already know what you're looking for. But I have done maybe 50 miles. I've given this a real shakedown on a lot of rough surfaces as well as smooth surfaces like this disused railway here. And it works very well. It doesn't impinge. It doesn't obscure the dynamo light, which I tend to have switched on all the time when I'm on the roads in the day, because it just makes me more noticeable. But I do like this. I do really like this sort of setup. First of all, it's cheap. I was thinking of getting a an ultra light backpacking backpack. But you're looking at between 150 and 300 pounds, and at the end of the day, I'm not particularly focused on weight saving, and obviously I want to do this on a budget because I have lots of other hobbies as well. I don't want to spend all my money on just this one thing. This is actually a Brompton Sea Line that I don't even own. I rent. I rent this effectively for £35 a month, and do you know what? I think that's a bargain. I don't use it every day, so I'm probably not going to use it for I'm not going to use it for thousands of miles a year. But as I record this in 2025, you can rent one of these for £35 a month, and that includes an annual service, which I believe is like back to factory spec, and also insurance is included. But there's T's and C's applied to the insurance, so you have to read them. You can't lock this up outside a store and then claim on insurance. That's an exclusion. But to be honest, even though it's a relatively heavy bike, I mean, I'd love to test a P line or even a T line. That would be fantastic. They're not available on the Brompton subscription, but this is. And I actually think, this is my opinion, at least for now, but I'm undecided. I've had this for a few months. I'm undecided whether or not to take advantage of the £200 voucher they give you, which you can redeem against the new Brompton if you return this, or just keep on renting one. Because to be honest, £35 a month is the same as here in the UK a budget subscription to the internet. I pay more for my internet than this. This is someone with a light coming up. I mean, doesn't that look great? Isn't that fantastic? Very, very visible. Very visible. Great stuff. And he's slowing down for the dog walker. Excellent. So I'm in two minds about this. There he goes, faster than me. I'm in two minds about this, but I do think that the Brompton subscription, at least for a casual user for me, where I'm just sort of trying things out, is probably the way to go. At least for the moment. I haven't decided whether I'm going to buy a Brompton, but I am addicted to it. I have had in my life probably about 70 bikes, and I used to race. I think my last race was many years ago. Was a national championship, but I'm a pensioner now, so I'm not as fast as I used to be. But I absolutely love these bikes. I absolutely love the bikes, and I'm hoping to share more of this sort of thing with you and what I do with these bikes. Like, for instance, I'm going to take it to London on the train at some point soon, but it's mainly camping. I live in Wales, which is a lovely place to go exploring, and it enables me to combine my love of cycling, which has been a lifelong passion of mine, with camping, which has also been a fantastic thing. So combining two things and staying fit as well, fantastic. So as you can see, I keep it clean. I do all the lubrication, etc., and the visual inspections to make sure that if something's going wrong, then I can just get it sorted out. I generally do my own repairs, but there's nothing like a full return to factory spec service for a Brompton. So I really am looking forward to that, and when I send my bike off to have it serviced, I will basically get somebody else's bike back. That's how it works, so I understand it. So I will say goodbye to this one, and I will get another one, possibly in a different colour, because apparently these are available and they're handed out at random, either a black one or a green one. So it's interesting, but you know, it's a fantastic condition bike. When I inspected it, when I got it, it actually, to me, to my untrained eye, it looks brand new. So I'm hoping that I'll get another visually, ostensibly brand new one back. You never know. But I'll leave it there. But this thing, you will see me experimenting with different setups, camping wise. But I actually think if you want to do camping on a budget, rather than split things up between the front and then having a rear rack, and as you've seen in many YouTube videos, a lot of people have their tent or their sleeping bag on the back, or have a rucksack. Susan Thornton has an excellent setup where she's got custom-made racks, and she has stuff on the back and stuff on the front. Looks very, very neat and tidy. However, for me, because I do lots and lots of multimodal travel, as you saw from the last video, there's lots of getting on and off buses, going to cafes, etc. So on a day like that, I would fold and unfold my bike many times. I think this sort of setup is actually quite a good one. And if you're wondering why I'm a bit echoey here, it's because I'm under a railway bridge on the Taff Trail, which is a well-known trail that goes all the way from Cardiff to Brecon, in the Brecon Beacons in Wales. Sorry, I don't know the Welsh term. And so that's why I'm echoing here. But I really like this. I really like this as a setup, because there is some extra capacity that could potentially swallow an enormous amount of gear that still is within the 10 kilo weight limit for the front mounting block. So 10 kilos. You can have 10 kilos on the back as well, but there's no way this is going to exceed the total weight. The total weight of everything, including myself, is within the 110 kilo weight limit of the Brompton specified weight limits. So I'm good to go. But I really do think this is good. So I will leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. And if you have any suggestions about my bike or comments about my luggage, then leave a comment. I moderate all the comments, so there'll be a slight delay between making a comment and your comment appearing, but that's so that I can keep everything family friendly, and it guarantees that I get to see every comment that you make. So thanks very much for watching. Until my next video, goodbye.